Our next two trucks, this is our first look at Troublemaker. Troublemaker going against Invader. Troublemaker driven by Jody Peterson. His brother's driving Taurus this weekend. He qualified 10th today. Goes up against Ray Perkowski and Invader, who qualified 5th. Now, Troublemaker doesn't run with the monsters on the Super Series normally. There are about 500 monsters around the country, and this guy stays mainly out in Colorado. But now he's up against Invader.
Earth to planet Extorpa. This is Invader speaking. A compressed defective molecule known as Troublemaker will soon make his way to you. He probably won't look like regular gray matter. He'll be black and blue. A word from the wise. He might burn well as spacecraft fuel. Ha ha ha!
On the starting line, let's see if Troublemaker can equal the Super Series monsters. No way! No way! Invader, not the prettiest run he's ever had, but he takes out Troublemaker easily. Invader, Ray Perkowski aboard, defeats Troublemaker. Troublemaker's going to have to get some more time in the saddle before he can compete against the Super Series trucks. Even a poor run by Invader was too much for him. But Invader's going to have to straighten things out to win against one of these big boys in round 2. Invader, Ray Perkowski aboard. We'll see him back with Monster Wars' second round.
A weak attempt at winning, Troublemaker, and you pay the ultimate price. We have big plans for you on my planet Extorpa. Although when you get there, you might be a bit exhausted. Hey, listen, on your way up, could you pick up a loaf of bread and some milk?
Mark Bendler comes out to the track aboard Kodiak, and he goes against the most feared monster truck in the world today, the Gravedigger, when Monster Wars continues.
Love having time to do some casual reading. It's always such a pleasure to see my victims in the obituaries. They make great souvenirs, too. Ah, First Blood. He sure was a vile one. Carolina Crusher. He's so fat, they could barely fit him on the page. Kodiak. I wonder what your obituary will read. How about, he bared his soul to the Gravedigger, and the ghastly Gravedigger covered him up for good.
Welcome back to Monster Wars. Pueblo, Colorado, the place, the matchup. In round number 1 between Kodiak, Mark Bendler aboard, who qualified 7th today, and Dennis Anderson driving the Gravedigger. He qualified 2nd, the time 5.19 seconds. A full 1 second ahead of Kodiak's qualifying time. The red headlights are on Gravedigger. He's ready. Mark Bendler is ready, and Kodiak on the green light. It is Gravedigger with a hole shot. Bendler right behind. Where's Kodiak going? Gravedigger wins it, but Kodiak headed for the wall. Kodiak's suspension gave way, and Dennis Anderson looks back and sees that Kodiak is in the wall. Bendler's okay. He's concerned about his truck. The ISOCAM picks up the action on Kodiak over the set of cars. Now in no man's land, he builds up speed, approaches the ramp up and over the cars, and on the landing, the suspension gives way on the truck. The front suspension gives way. He has no way to turn it and heads to the wall. Meanwhile, Gravedigger is in the winner's circle. And it's just a ride into a wall for Kodiak. Dennis Anderson had a great run. He's got this track figured out. Gets plenty of air and a nice win for Gravedigger. Dennis Anderson, one of the crowd favorites, whips it around back into the pits and waves to the crowd as he goes past. Digger's coming back.
Kodiak, see how easy it is to make the papers? Spin out a bit, and you're famous. Too bad the price of fame, in this case, is your life.
Kodiak being towed into the pits, crashing's a way of life for these monsters. And Mark Bendler saw a rollover way back in New Orleans earlier this season. Tropical Thunder now going up against Equalizer. Neither of these guys have crashed yet this season. Let's hope they can keep it free today. Tropical Thunder is driven by Wayne Smolzanek. He qualified 8th today. And David Morris aboard the Equalizer, our 3rd fastest qualifier. Morris has been complaining of engine problems here in Pueblo.
All right, now listen up. I'm a little bit upset today, so Tropical Thunder, stay out of my way. You see, I've been getting some disturbing fan mail. Let me read you a couple of them. Well, here's one. Dear EQ, that's me. Please don't keep going and going and going. Signed, First Blood. Or how about this one? Equalizer. Your fashion stinks. Signed, Predator. Pretty funny from a guy with cat scratch fever and a bad hair day, huh? Well, go ahead and keep on writing in, losers, because I'm writing everyone off.
We're staged. Equalizer is 4-0 against Tropical Thunder this season. Can Thunder do it today? They start head-to-head, and now Equalizer starts to open it up. No way as Equalizer wins it again. Equalizer with the 5th win of the season against Tropical Thunder. Equalizer, Tropical Thunder looking very strong on the start, and then Equalizer opens it up during no man's land, gets lots of air, and a full 1-truck length lead over Tropical Thunder at the end. Jim Davidson's with our winner.
David, a nice run going up against Tropical Thunder. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I tried to go hard over the first set of cars there and see how it was going to work out. And I had good control on the other end, so it worked out great.
Well, I know you've been keeping your fingers crossed about a couple things back here. What's going on with the Equalizer monster truck?
I'm not sure. I got a motor problem. I've either got an oil galley plug or something that's back vibrated loose. I'm losing oil pressure bad, and when I get to the end of the run, I actually have no oil pressure.
As far as the rest of today is concerned, you're going to be able to make it with that?
Well, until it quits, I'll be out there running.
Speaking of running, there's some running going on in the pits. Mark Bendler, after running into the wall, tries to get things fixed aboard Kodiak so he can come back for round number 2.
I'm still slaving in the kitchen, but this meal's gonna be worth it. I wonder if Julia Child started out this way.
Monster Hotshots in round 2. Let's take a look at who'll be waging war. We saw Kodiak trying to put the pieces together after his spin out in round 1. He'll need to get geared up in time for a rematch of his confrontation with Gravedigger. In another rematch, Predator's on the prowl to avenge his earlier loss to Barefoot. Taurus has his sights set on pulverizing Carolina Crusher, and Equalizer's David Morris will take on Ray Perkowski and the Invader.